Who is with Vinny Fiorenza? There's a lot he doesn't know. There's a lot he wants to know. This is a podcast where he tries to learn from people who know things he doesn't. He'll be focusing on people from the worlds of business, entertainment, and the arts. His guests are people he finds fascinating and that he believes will bring value to others. Join him on the journey on finding out who is.
A song is one of my favorite records I've written that's released called Burning. My sister sings it. It went #1 on radio nationwide, New Music Weekly, so that was dope. It's a beautiful feeling hearing people sing your lyrics in the crowd. You know, there's not any feelings here. Whatever you like, whatever think will work. Like, we honestly, end of the day, everybody just wants a placement. Whoever has the best idea, go ahead.
We are here with Tamara Mechael, and we're gonna learn all about her. Let's get this thing started. Give us a little bit of your background and also where are you from originally?
I'm Tamara. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I was born and raised there. My family, we come from Iraq. We're Chaldean. It's like Iraqi Christian. I live in Burbank, though, now. I've been here for 6 years as a songwriter. So that's I moved 6 years ago to fulfill the dreams, you know.
What was it like there in Detroit, like growing up?
I love it. I'm very happy I grew up in the Midwest. There's like a set of like morals, and the people there are just, there's East Coast, West Coast, but like Midwest is its own breed. It's like you go to the grocery store, you can like ask someone, hey, can you check if this watermelon's good for me? And they'll like help you. And if you do that here, they'll look at you like you're crazy and they'll like be rude.
It's different. These weird big cities, whatever. I don't know.
Everybody will hold the door for you. If you're carrying something heavy and a man walks by, he will literally pick it up and help you. Like,
yeah, it's nice. And it's good to have those values and take it with you other places.
Exactly. That's why I'm glad I was raised there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, being here is great, but I'm glad I didn't come till I was like 16, because even though I still grew up here, at least like I really formed like my majority of like my beliefs and stuff there.
Something I like to ask a lot of my guests are, how do you think your classmates growing up would describe you? You said like 16, you came here, but before then?
That's a good question. I guess I stopped going like to in school when I was like 15.
Interesting.
So I had the same elementary and middle school. I went to Catholic school, so it was like the same like 60 kids my whole life. And then I went to high school for like a year and a half, switched around a little bit, and then went online. They would describe me back then probably outgoing and ambitious and maybe crazy, little and over my head. And now probably inspiring, maybe a little bit annoyed.
Like you annoyed or you're annoying?
Some people might be annoyed.
Annoying.
People have always kind of been annoyed. I would say they would maybe think I'm annoying back then too. You know, I'd walk around like in like 6th grade talking about like, I'm going to write like Justin Bieber a pop record in like 5 years. And they'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? Or like in 2nd grade, I told this girl, McKenna, that I don't even know if she remembers this, but I remember everything. We were at the lunch table and I was like, oh, I'm going to move to California. And then she was like, what? No, don't go. And I was like, no, not now, in high school. And I did move in high school, but I was like 7. I didn't know that. I didn't even know I was going to be a songwriter yet.
You got it up there.
Yeah, I just knew, so.
You're a writer. Were you always writing? You were always writing as a kid?
Yeah, when I first, actually, I kind of taught myself how to read when I was like 3, just using different sounds and, you know, like small books, like if there's a cat and you see the letter C and just kind of like putting together stuff, I don't know, whatever.
Like phonics.
Yeah,
like
kind
those
of,
things.
yeah. And like just, you know, reading everything, like cereal boxes. So I went from that to just writing little stories. I'd fold up like printer papers into little thingies and do illustrations and stuff.
That's fun.
And then I started writing like little movies and novels and stuff. And then I started writing songs. Just, I don't know, because I love music. Once I got a little older, I would play piano too. We had lessons, so I think I just kind of went with that.
Yeah, so you were right. You were writing a little bit of everything. What is that developed into now? Like what type of things are you writing? You're still writing music and all that stuff. What else?
I started off writing songs in the studio in 5th grade, so I did that professionally first. Then I think when I was like 14 or 15, I started writing poetry, and I released a poetry book, Utopia Poetry.
Nice.
And when I was 16, and then I have a follow-up, Evolution, and then another that's done. Another follow-up, Dedicated, is almost done. And I think I'm going to release those at the same time in the next few years, probably, with like a spoken word album and maybe like a little book tour or something. And then a screenplay. I'm doing a short Christmas film right now I'm working on. It's been a couple years. It's animated, so we're in the process right now of like,
nice.
You know, getting all the music and the animation together.
So yeah, you got it. It sounds like you got a lot going on at once. which is cool. What went into getting your stuff published, especially that young?
We were actually, my sister, my mom, and I, we were in Thailand, and I had already written the book because, shout out this lady, Thai. She's great. She's a filmmaker, but she told me that I should release a poetry book or something like that. She's like, why don't you release a book? And I think maybe someone else had said it, Dawn. I don't know. They both kind of were working together and they were just kind of like, giving me advice, telling me like, you're, like writer or whatever, but why don't you like venture outside of just songwriting and do something else? Yeah. And I was like 15 and I was like, okay. So I didn't really think much of it. And I just started writing poems. And this is like 7 years ago only, so it's not like it was that long ago, but like started writing poems. And then she kind of helped me find a website, and then I just went through the steps like it was, I think, 48-hour books or something like that.
Oh, and, wow, yeah, cool.
You like, they'll put it through Amazon for you, and then you can also get your like copies. And I went on my sister was on a 16-city tour, so when I went there too, promoting my book, and it was around the same time I was 17. So like it just self-published. I mean, I have like a publishing company under our family production company, so. Just like,
you guys can't be stopped. I know. I see you and your sister bounce around this town and doing your stuff. What inspires you to write these books? Like, where does that come from? Like, what gives you the energy to release it all into the world?
When I was younger, I don't know. I would always say like there was no inspiration. I think it's just a gift, like God. It was just like I would say things and then it just ended up being like dope, but like yeah, but I think right, but I think like eventually I realized that it all did come from a place like of inspiration, but it's kind of like from my subconscious. It's like stuff I'm writing about that I won't really know until like years later. I'll be like, oh, that makes sense why I wrote that. So like it's I don't really think about what I write unless I'm writing for like a brief or like something specific for like my Christmas film. I know the scene I need, so I'm going to write like that song. But usually it just comes out. Oh,
that's great. You have your poetry avenue. You have your other stuff that you write. You're also a songwriter. Where has that led you? Like, I know you've written for a few people. Mm-hmm. Where has that led you to so far?
As far as just songwriting, well, I had a song. It's one of my favorite records I've written that's released called Burning. My sister sings it. It went #1 on radio nationwide, New Music Weekly, so that was dope. And through that, we just started doing a bunch of stuff. And their song that it's being a song right now that I wrote, it's being considered. It was remixed by this really dope DJ, Shitty Princess, and she is being considered now for that song for a Grammy nomination. So we'll see, but it's already being considered. So that's dope. And I wrote it. So like just some cool stuff of writing. And I'm starting to go to some more songwriting camps, and instead of writing for like specific artists, like my sister or some other girls or some guys, I'm like going with other people and like writing, camps for just different artists and different genres and different bands. And that's something I wanted to do for a while now, but I'm glad I also waited a little bit till I got older, and because I got a lot of experience that led up to this. So
I had the pleasure of actually seeing you guys at a writing camp, doing your thing.
It was so funny when you came in. I was like, oh, hey.
I was like, what's up? What goes into a writing camp? Like, what and how was that experience for that one?
Collaboration, and I think one of the most important things about working with people in anything, but like when you're making a song, whether it's at a camp or it's just like having no ego. Like, just, it was great because everybody was working together. There was no, like, stepping on toes. No one gets offended. It's fair, and, like, that's important. And, like, those are the people who will make it far, are the people who are able to work with others.
Yeah, but believe me.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm glad before I started doing this, and I'm only 22, like, I've had, like, already 10 years in the studio working with producers. I already had my chance to be annoyed in, like, when I was 10, and, like, a producer would say, like, do this. It's now I don't look at it like do this. It's like, okay, we all want a good song, so I'm not 100%. No one. There's not any feelings here. Whatever you like, whatever think will work. Like we honestly, end of the day, everybody just wants a placement. You want it to get placed. Yeah. So whoever has the best idea, go ahead. It is really what it's like.
Yeah. You want that publishing account to just keep growing.
Of course. And it's fun. Meeting new people, and like they're all from different genres and different walks of life, and like. It's just like cool. For a while now, I wanted to be around more people in the music sect. As far as like a lot of my friends when I moved out here, they were like actors, and a lot of them were like in college and they were younger, so none of them had maybe had careers or anything yet. But now that I'm older and people my age and are starting to get like into what they're doing, there's people around me I can like make peers in the exact same industry, literally in the songwriting industry, which it was dope. I think writers are a very funny breed of people, and that they could probably understand each other in a way that others can't.
It's a beautiful artistry, like we've been going on forever, and it's got a fun history. Where have some of your songs you've written been performed?
My sister, she's performed some big, like at, I forget, Bank of California Stadium for Wango Tango, iHeart.
Okay,
She was opening up for Ariana Grande and Marshmello. She was like performing. She was the opener along with like Sabrina Carpenter and I think Jack and Jack. I don't remember. There was other people. I don't know. But yeah. So that was dope. And a 16 city tour, like the Gramercy in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sang there. Some of this. And it's a beautiful feeling hearing people sing your lyrics in the crowd, even if it's just two, or like having someone go up to Farrah or just even me about my book, but like and be like, this song just touched me and saved my life. Like, as a writer, I love just hearing that. Not necessarily having, I don't know, like I'm not trying to like get the credit for it, but it's the satisfaction of knowing that like those are my words.
It's funny. That was gonna be my next question. How does it make you feel? And like, what has been some of the experiences like on individuals that you could recall? Like, I don't know, during or after those performances. So
some girls, like I still even talk to them to this day from when I was 16 or 17 on tour. I was promoting my book, and it was very inspirational. It's like very just simple, like it's like a child wrote it, but it's kind of deep, but just in a very simple way. And like they would just come up to me and just tell me like, oh, this book is amazing. They'd have like tears in their eyes, and like I would take their Snapchats or whatever, not like their number, because I changed my number half the time, but Snapchat's been the same for a while, so they'll still text me. One of them actually, she's naming her kid Tamara, and it's not after me, but I don't know. She
was just a big sister fan.
I guess. Yeah, she
Are you too young? Do you know the show?
No, yeah, I love that show. I had an older sister 4 years. I watched some of all that, like not too much, but.
So I don't know the answer to this. Do you sing?
Yeah, I can sing, but I don't like make my own music. If I ever did, it would be in the future, maybe, and it would be like an abstract fun thing. It wouldn't be like, let's go make pop radio. I'd be like, let's just do something crazy, like with weird sounds and like weird type of noises and voices.
You do good in screamo.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I want to play the drums, actually.
Nice.
I really want to learn. I like really do. And I'm mad because when we were younger, we had a drum set and I should have used it. And now we're living in like condos, so you can't really do that. I don't think it's like, not the drums. I mean, guitar maybe, but
they
the
have
drums.
those like silent ones. You can put the headphones on.
Oh, they do have that.
Yeah, we'll look into it for you.
Yeah.
So you went on this tour with your sister as a writer. What was it like showcasing your book in that type of platform?
It was very amazing. It was a new experience. I didn't know that there was like not necessarily that much of a market for poetry, because it's not like they were going there to hear a poetry book, but like the people needed it. The way that they responded to it and reacted, I was like, wow. So this is something I should be doing and should continue to do, because like it's actually like the response was just, you could tell it was making a difference.
So I didn't read the book yet. What is
like the theme?
Yeah.
It's like it's called Utopia Poetry. It's basically just a feel good book. Like don't worry when you're like, have faith in the future. Don't doubt. Don't give up. Like, and then some of it is just like abstract and cute and like, about like having a crush or whatever, like cute little stuff. But it's really just about like, be a good person, like straight up, like everybody's equal, like, it's pretty simple.
Have you like how do you feel about it now, like a few years removed? Like have you read it recently?
Yeah, actually, that's funny you ask, because I did just read it for the first time in like 2 years, a couple days ago.
Nice.
I go in circles with it. When I first released it, I was like, oh, it's the best. And then a year later, I was like 17 or 18, and I was like, I hate this book. This is the worst book ever. I was like, don't show me that. I wouldn't let anyone bring it to me. I like hated it. But I wouldn't say that to anybody, just like my sister and my mom. And they'd be like, what's wrong with you? But I know that happens with your own creations,
Of
like
course.
So I wrote the second one, Evolution, because I hated that one so much. And Evolution is so good. And I haven't released it yet, so I still like it. Anyway, so I went back and like I started liking Utopia.
So I still
again.
like it.
Yeah. So that's how it is. So I liked Utopia again, and then we went back and forth a few times. And then a couple days ago, though, I read it, and I was like, this is actually a very good book. Now that I'm like, because I was like, this is stupid, I was young. But like, yeah, of course, that's the point. And then Evolution is coming out. It shows the evolution. Like, I was young. And then this one, I'm a little older, and the next one, a little older. So like...
Nice.
I go in circles with it, but it is good. I take.
We'll see Tamara evolve.
Yeah.
When did this dream team come out to LA?
2017, actually. I don't know what's today, September or something, but this is like the same week we moved 6 years ago. It was like the September like 6th or 9th or something like that. 6 years ago.
Why LA? Like, I could take my guess, but I'd love to hear it from you.
Well, we were traveling a lot from like Michigan to mostly LA, but New York, Arizona, Florida, like for certain conferences or just making beats or songs with people and different producers and meeting people. And it just became at the end of the year, it was so expensive. It would have cost less to live here than it did to travel back and forth like 7 or 8 times.
What were some of the conferences you went to? Do you remember?
Yeah, like just years ago, like South by Southwest, or like in Florida they had this, I don't remember what it was, like some radio or DJ conference.
Okay. The big ones.
Yeah, and years ago, we did this thing called, this is really how independent you got to do it from the ground up. Like our family, they're immigrants. We were first generation. Like they don't have like anything here. We went to like it was called like Tay, but it was spelled like THE, but it was literally pronounced Tay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it was put on by Disney, and they would bring like random actors, like I don't know, from some of their shows, you know, like whatever, like Disney Channel shows. Mm-hmm. And mentor people, and this was when I was like single digits of age, like I was very young. So
you guys been rocking in this
like this,
forever.
I don't even know what came out of that except for probably a lot of experience, I guess. But yeah, so this was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's good to get that experience and exposure that young. It seems like you guys are, you know, you got your heads on straight.
We have like our old, IMDb or whatever. I haven't even set my own account up for like I have to edit it, but I had like a little phase in like 2011, 12, 13 where I was going to be an actor. I really wanted to be an actress.
Oh, nice, yeah.
So I have my little movies and films, and if you look me up, there's like, you just search my name, Tamara Mechael, you can like find like an explore talent page, and it's of my like headshots when I was like 8, and I had my bangs, and I'm like chubby, nice. And if you see it, it's like a little letter. It's like, hi, my name's Tamara Mechael. I'm going to be an actress. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I typed it for like, and then I made my little resume, and I was great. Like, I sang at the Opera House in Detroit. Like,
that's awesome. Yeah. Being in LA now, what has it done for you thus far, and what do you think being here could do for you in the future?
Thus far, I've got a lot of experience. Definitely appreciate the weather. It's not like the hottest place ever, especially like year round, but it's better than Michigan as far as that goes. Michigan gets freezing, like Chicago type weather. It's very, very cold. It's experience meeting people, like also just a whole different walk of life. It's more fast paced. It's not as fast-paced as, like, New York, I would say.
No, it's not.
But it's more fast-paced than, like, the suburbs of Detroit, for sure. Like, gotcha. It's very, like, slow. When I go back home to, like, visit my dad or mom or family or whatever, it's, like, so slow. It's just, like, the roads move slow. It's quiet. There's not as much of, like, a rush and things going on.
Do you like that, though? Do you like Detroit sometimes?
But I don't know. I like cities, and I like being around a lot of stuff. And that's why I like Burbank. It kind of reminds me of the suburbs, even though it's, like, not. It kind of, like, is, though. Yeah. It's, like, still a city, and it has this little downtown area. I love downtown Burbank. It's, like, it's one of my favorite places in the whole world. I'm there all the time. It's 2 miles from my house. I'm there all the time.
Do you write there?
Right there? Actually, no. I eat at all the restaurants. I try to eat as many food as I can.
I've been to a bunch of spots on that strip,
good.
too.
They have so much food.
Wait, so what's the plans for the future in LA? Like, what are you going to take over the town?
Yeah.
How are you doing it?
Give
us a secret.
We're going to hit it from every angle.
Nice.
That's what we're going to do.
That's
everything.
The plan.
Film,
knock
writing,
them
dead. Music, whatever it takes.
Speaking of one of your angles as far as social media, you gained like a little bit of a following on there. How do you go about that? Like teach me.
You just post whatever, and when people start liking something, that's
double down.
Yeah.
That's
I just post little videos of anything, but I always put usually just a selfie because it's the easiest. But I'm not about to like spend 5 hours doing like a get ready with me. I could, but it's not really what I do. It kind of be a waste of my time. Take a 5-second selfie video, 30-second selfie video, makeup, no makeup, doesn't matter. But I always put songs I've written in the background.
Beautiful.
So those generate, I think it's not streams, but some type of count for songs. So like a lot of my sister's records that I've written, they've had like millions of views online, but straight up all for my Instagram. But like no one knows that. I mean, I guess you could track it, but it doesn't really matter. It's still views. So like, that's kind of what I do with my social.
I mean, you got to use your resources. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I do want to do brand partnerships though, because I have really good engagement. I get millions of views every few weeks, so I think that's worth something. So any brands. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, let's get Tamaras.
Hello.
Get her some business ASAP.
Yeah, I'll support a brand. I don't care. I'll sign a little deal. I'll post you every day. Like.
There we go. Yeah, we're marketing
that
now.
Like,
I got you. Do you have any advice for anyone like to give? So give me some advice.
Like if someone wants to be like an influencer or something.
Yeah.
Be consistent and just post a lot. Just post a lot and use Reels. As far as Instagram, just use a lot of Reels. And something I forget to do is post besides Reels, because I'm like always just doing my stupid Reels. But post, you know, still don't. The biggest advice is like, don't start hating it. Because I've used Instagram since I was in 5th grade. My friend was like, there's this new app called Snapchat and Instagram or something. You should get it. 4th grade, 5th grade. So like, I've always loved that app. I used to post whatever. Don't like start hating it, because like, still post what you want to post. Like, don't be like, oh, I can't post this. It's not Instagram worthy, or is this nice for Instagram? Like, just post it.
Cool.
If you want to post 50 times a day, go ahead. You're on Cardi B, when she blew up. Do you remember ever going online when Bodak Yellow was like trending and not seeing Cardi's face screaming just in her phone, like on Instagram? Like, I found every single
that
video.
wouldn't come on my thread.
Yeah, see, every video. I mean, she was every hour on the hour. She had these
But
stories.
that's good advice.
And she blew the hell up. She was in your face. She's not on it as much anymore. She doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
But like, she really, really took it from, like, she trended as like all over social media for a while.
That's great. Yeah, there was times.
She really did. Yeah, she had like a whole moment. And then everybody started doing female rap like crazy. I called it the Cardi B effect.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Now, she's not saying she's the first one, but when she came in and then it became like trend and then like, I don't know, TikTok or something maybe, like a whole genre like exploded.
So you kind of don't you guys have a media production company within your family?
Yeah.
What's that called? Tell us a little bit about that.
It's called Scorpio Productions, and under that our mom, she founded it like a long time ago. Nice. Under that we have a record label and then a publisher, like a publishing company, and that's just to protect our rights as a family and keep it all in there. So like, instead, when you're releasing something, you release it through your publisher. We're releasing it through us. It's not a publisher, it's us, but it is a publisher. So that's just all for protection. We have all that, and then for the Scorpio, we make some films and stuff. Like, I'll probably put it under my company because I do have a production company for the Christmas film, but as far as like music videos or short films, our reality TV show, it goes under Scorpio Productions.
That's great. So yeah, we'll get into a couple of the projects. Tell us about the reality show that you just mentioned.
We shot it. It's not like done because it's technically ongoing, but it kind of.
I've seen the sizzle.
Yeah. It like chronicles, you know, like I said, independent artists really starting from the bottom, and you don't like. It didn't start when we went to that Tay event when I was 8, as far as filming goes, but the story's been the same. So, and you know, there's always like backgrounds and stuff, and everything's online. If people want to see what we go online, it's there.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, we'll share these links. Right. Another project you have slated for the near future is your animated short. Mm-hmm. Give us a little bit of sneak preview to what.
I'm so excited about that. It was like my passion project at first because it was right when I think COVID started, like in the spring. This guy named Andrew, he's Egyptian, he lives in Germany. He DM'd me on Instagram, and I don't usually like check DMs, but I saw it, and he's like, have you ever written a script or like, and I was like, no, but I can. So then, because I had, but like never made it, you know, when I was younger and stuff, I've written scripts, but so anyway, we talked on the phone, like Google Meet, ended up being a Christmas short, because Christmas is just whatever, and it's called A World Without Christmas. I'm making all the music for it with my sister and some producers, platinum producers all over from New Jersey and then Atlanta, and like I got animators from LA, and then some kids from New York Film Academy, and then my family friend Kadada, she's gonna help me out on it, and I'm super excited. It's gonna be so dope. We're gonna have a premiere. You're gonna come out for it.
That's right.
It's gonna be so dope.
It'd be
it's
cool.
Cute. It's bringing back Christmas magic.
Good.
You know, A World Without Christmas. The kids gotta find Christmas.
Yeah, they do.
Pretty much.
And we'll hopefully songs from there are gonna skyrocket.
Yeah. Every year I'm gonna
to the moon.
Send those out to everyone.
So we'll close out with this before I get to my last round. So you work so closely with your sister. Like, well, what's that relationship like, and what's it gonna be like in the future?
She's like my boyfriend.
That's good.
Yeah, because when I see tweets where it's like, oh, like when your boyfriend's like has 10 alarms going off in the morning and like he doesn't click snooze, and I'm like, that's Farrah. Or like it'll be like, I saw something yesterday and it was like, said something about like your boy, and it's always like, this is like me and you. So everyone I have Farrah. Or like if we're my friend, like if we're going out to eat and they have a boyfriend, I'm bring Farrah. I don't bring a double. It's not a double date. It is, but it's just with Farrah. We're literally like this.
That's great. Yeah, nice.
We don't fight anymore either. We stopped fighting. We bicker maybe sometimes, but over stupid stuff, we really don't fight anymore.
I'm happy to
I attribute
hear
that to her. I attribute that to her because she got over it.
Good.
She got over it.
That's great.
I'll try to fight, and she's just like, I'm with it though. I'm like, all right, and then I cool down.
No, it's good. It's beautiful that you guys are able to create together, work together, and apparently hang out together all the time. So after that, we'll switch it up a little bit. Gonna go to our rapid fire.
Ooh, okay. excited.
Do you have a favorite movie that you
An
reference?
Affair to Remember,
Nice.
with Cary Grant.
Nice. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Wow, throwing it real back.
Love that film.
Do you have a show that you reference as your favorite show?
I mean, I was gonna say South Park. It's got to be South Park.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I actually that is one of my bucket lists. Is I have like a bunch of episodes that I want to write for South Park with the guys.
Yeah.
Right, the guys. But I cannot get away with these episodes on anything else. So South
Gotcha.
Park it is.
Cool. Nice.
I have it.
Do you have a favorite drink?
Coffee. I love
Coffee.
coffee. And red wine. I like red wine if we're talking like drink.
Yeah.
Red wine.
Nice.
Oh, and
Very
movies
good.
I like Lord of the Rings, but that's more book.
Cool. Oh, okay. That would be like, did you read the whole Lord of the Rings?
This year.
Very nice. I'm trying to learn. What's your zodiac?
Oh, I'm an Aries.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, you
Aries.
got excited by that. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're into that. Oh,
Yeah. I have my little Aries symbol. I had this with my friend.
oh, cute tattoo.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Do you have a favorite sports team? Yeah. Oh, this is
No.
No. You don't care about
You know what?
Detroit.
Detroit never cared about me. I'm kidding.
What? They never won.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I just don't care about sports. Really.
Sounds
I like
good.
soccer.
Soccer.
You
Cool.
said that's why they never won. I'm saying. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I like the Tigers because orange is my favorite color, so I do like
That's
the
good.
Tigers.
Yeah.
And Red Wings are cool. It's Red Wings. That sounds cool. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, cool. We like cool.
It's just cool. Dodgers. I'll shout out the Dodgers though, because
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
they love us. We love you.
Let's keep that going. Good,
Yeah.
good relationship there.
Love y'all.
This is a fun one. Someone from history you'd love to have dinner with.
Frank Sinatra.
Oh wow.
And then I'll marry him.
Cool. Done. Beautiful. So
After dinner.
we're gonna close out here. Would love to hear what's next and where the people could find you.
What's next? Just a bunch of music releases. I'm going to be writing a bunch of songs, but releasing my short film, releasing some new books. You can find it all online at tamaramechael.com, or you can just go on my Instagram, Tamara Mechael, which has a link in my bio to my website also. So really just search my name, and that is where you will find everything. And to hear the songs I wrote, the biggest, just look up my sister's name, Farrah Mechael.
Nice.
And I wrote those with her. We write them together, a lot of them. So
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out. This was a blast.
Appreciate you. It's always fun. You're the
Yeah.
best.